Hi, this is Rajiv, and in this presentation, I'll be talking about the training and consulting offerings of PR3 system for IBM Information Server for data integration and data governance. Thank you.
I want to thank you for coming for this presentation. I see a lot of you. Our goal is to make sure that we work with IBM to give you the knowledge at your fingertips. So anything that you are doing, we want to make sure that we enable you with the right information, with the right tools, so that you can make the right decision. And that's our goal. So we truly appreciate that you are coming to this user group, because we want this to be an ongoing phenomena. That we've got the leadership team from IBM over here. We have got the digital technical enablement team. We have got a lot of people who can make decisions within IBM in response to your needs. So we are all within IBM and PR3, we are all customer focused. So the more you tell us what you need, the more we can be successful in helping you. So your success determines our success. So with that, if you have not caught my name is Rajiv Priyadarshi, and I'm from PR3 Systems, and I'll be presenting for the next maybe 20 minutes, and then we can have questions, and then we'll go back to what we are discussing and continue with the format that we have. So as I've already shared, the goal for this whole meet was to share with you the latest and greatest within IBM and what's there in the roadmap, what are the best practices, all of that. So we'll also help you to make sure that how do we fit in this big picture. So our goal, I've been working with IBM for the past 10, 15 years. So our futures are totally lined up. And so many days other than my, I do have a deep purple logo, but at the heart, I'm a deep blue. So we'll talk about a little bit about PR3 systems, and then we'll talk about the client and what we can do. So we are based in Chicagoland, started in 2003. And our focus is information governance and integration, consulting and training, information server training and consulting, and ETL migrations. We have been blessed with a lot of customers, Fortune 500, Aon, Taco Bell, Wells Fargo, Northwestern, Guitar Center, and many more. And we are truly grateful for all the trust that we have been given. So let's talk about what are some of the offerings that PR3 has to help you with your IBM Information Server journey. So we have developed a couple of accelerators to help you with the process, to shorten your timeline and to make you successful faster and in a more effective way. So the first one is our Information Governance Framework and Information Governance Accelerator. So we all know that Matt just talked a lot about what IBM 11.7 Information Server has, what is the greatest from an information governance perspective. But the big challenge what we are seeing is that even though IBM has got a lot of these tools, which are all geared towards customer success, somehow we are not able to bring it in your hands. And our job as an IBM partner is to make sure that I work with IBM team and the customer to make sure that you are able to leverage the greatest that is there within IBM latest products. So when we talk about data governance, when we look with a lot of our customers, we see that what is required is a balanced team with the right technical skills that Brian already talked about. But somehow what I found is that between the PowerPoint slide and the actual implementation, things get lost. And I was working with a customer recently, and I found that they had all the intention of the right skill set, but somehow with the training required, with the data stewards required, they were not able to deliver. So we need the buy-in, the commitment of the top leadership. We need a well thought out implementation plan. We also need the right technical tool, which IBM is the best tool in the marketplace for data governance. Every other tool that you see, and I've seen, they do not cover the end-to-end features that IBM has. But even with all the greatest of the tools, why are we not successful? And the reason is because of the next point. This is where most of the companies are failing. effective onboarding and training of the implementation team and the data stewards. We have got the great tool, we have got the great set of people, we have got the buy-in, but somehow we are not able to marry the two. We are not able to give the right information in the hands of the right people to make the right plan successful. And that is where we come. We saw this gap in the marketplace, and we have created accelerators to help you to make sure that you've got effective onboarding and to make that possible. And what is very critical is the methodology of think big. You also always need to have the big picture, because if you do not have the big picture, you cannot achieve the dream that you have with data governance. But as you think big, you need to start small. What is the smallest subset that can give you the biggest bang for your buck, and that can show to the senior leadership that, hey, this is the value that we get. And once you do that, you can learn from that experience and then scale fast, because now you have got the buy-in and you've already proved the management that, yeah, this can really help the business. And once all of this is in place, you need to have periodic detailed monitoring of the critical data governance metrics, and these must be coupled with effective escalation procedures. So this is the cycle that we have seen, and all the IBM tools will help you to do this. So step one is select and profile data. Whenever, suppose if you are in Chicago and you want to go to California, you need to be aware that you are in Chicago, because if you think that you are in New York, you're lucky because the direction is the same, but it will take you a ton of time. But if you are in Canada, and if you think that you are in Chicago, you will not be able to reach California. So just like that, in data governance, you really need to know where you are and how to achieve that by data profiling. So you have to select the right subset, and you have to profile the data using information analyzer. And you've got both tools, the workbench, which is the thick client and the thin client. And in the thin client, you can get a quality score. So you can say, hey, this is the quality score. My quality score is 85% before I did anything. Now, do I really need to make it 98%? What is the business benefit of that increase? So you can quantify that. And in some cases, this is going to be very, very critical. In some cases, you don't care. So this gives you a decision point on whether to go further or not. And then the second step is you need to review the output. You need to define the terms, policies, business data rules, and you need to make sure that they are logged into information governance catalog. And then whatever you have found from a data quality, you need to fix that using data cleansing in quality stage. And you need to rinse and repeat these processes till the time you reach a quality score that is palatable for your senior leadership and that is critical for your business goals. And once you have done that, then you need to make sure that all the finalized information with respect to terms, policies, they're all frozen in information governance catalog. Now, when I say frozen, this is always a live process, so things will change, but you need to make sure that these are properly defined. And all of these, the step number 6 is you need to publish the policies, rules, terms within the organization so anybody can use it. And then you need to showcase the benefit, because end of the day, no matter how good of a technology that you have, no matter how much of a great work that you do, unless you can showcase to the business that, hey, this is what we get by improving the quality score from 85% to 99%, we reduce the following. So I was working with a transportation company, and we literally showed them that by improving the address fields, they reduce the gas consumption by 16%, which is real dollars in their pocket. So by quantifying these benefits in terms of real dollar value, you can evangelize and really showcase the benefit, and that helps you to really go further. So to make sure that we have got the process, we have created an online training platform and self-paced video-based training called Data Governance Accelerator. So in this tool, we have got the best practices for organization. We talk about how to report, management implementation, all of that. We also go into data profiling. Now, you might say, hey, Rajiv, why do you need to create this tool? So what we found that IBM has got great training available already. And then with the digital technical enablement, you'll have all of these tools at your fingertips. But what I still found was that there's no place where you can take all of these trainings and orchestrate into a single process that can go through a thin layer, which can showcase the benefit that, hey, I learned information analyzer, I learned quality share, but this is how we implement it. What is happening for most of our customers is that you get somebody onboarded, but then you realize that, hey, they need to be trained in information analyzer, they need to be trained in quality stage, they need to be trained in IGC. By the time they go through all this training, it takes so much of time that they lose the steam and they're not being effective. So that is why we have created this, which is not very detailed. You can always go detailed and go to those specific training, but it gives you a complete cycle and the training for that. So we cover data cleansing, we cover information asset management, all of those. So if you are really interested, I've also created a free sneak preview. The link is given below. And I'll also show you how that training looks. So this is our data governance accelerator training. So we start with the fundamentals of data governance. What is data governance? Why data governance? What is the data governance charter? What is the data governance implementation team? How do you create that team? What are some of the critical elements of a successful team? Then what are the tasks and responsibilities? So all of that is given as self-paced videos that you can learn. Once you get the fundamentals, then we go to information governance catalog. What is IGC? How to use information governance catalog? What are the use cases? We go through all the details of IGC. Then we go to information analyzer, where we talk about the basics of data profiling. We talk about information analyzer overview. We give a demo of the workbench, and we showcase how to actually use it within your company. And once you're done with that, then we go to quality stage. We have got investigation of data, the investigate stage, investigating the word, the investigate stage demo, details about quality stage on how to actually fix your data quality issues. We go to standardization module within quality stage. We go in detail about the standardized stage. We go to match specification, survivorship. All of these details are in one single training that you can make sure that your team gets trained at their own pace and they can do the job and get trained at the same time. And that is what I found is most effective for their success. So this is, I wanted to show this to you. Let's go back. So the second accelerator that we have created is called that COGNOS Data Manager Migration Accelerator. A lot of our customers, they use COGNOS Data Manager, which is not supported anymore. So IBM is helping them migrate to data stage. So we have created a full process to help them migrate. What we see is that, hey, this is not just a migration process. This is your opportunity to really fix some of the issues that you had that you could not fix earlier. So we have created very detailed processes. We also use the IBM migration tool. And then we also have got processes to really make sure that you are able to migrate successfully. So let's look at the migration accelerator. So first of all, we look at your existing COGNOS Data Manager assets. We help them pass through IBM Migration Assistant. We help them go through PR3 migration rules. And then we develop all the new jobs that have to be developed that could not be migrated. We test them. And then finally, after parallel deployment, comparison, detailed testing, we turn off COGNOS Data Manager. So we have found this to be very effective for a lot of our customers. And if you're a COGNOS Data Manager, but you have not yet migrated, we can help you because we have got a great track record of making a lot of customers successful with this migration. Then the next process that we have got is if you are on version 8.1 and you really love Matt's presentation about 11.7, but you don't know how to upgrade. And so you can just go ahead and upgrade, but you might, when you just go and ahead and upgrade without a plan, you can run into issues. So we help existing information server users to assess the existing ETL jobs and help them to migrate So, and for that, we have got a process. So this is our process. So we identify all the deployment constants that you have. What are some of the requirements? What kind of sizing needs that you have? We plan for your next 5 years. And then we make sure that we give you the recommendation. And after working with you, we create a plan. And once we have the plan, we get the balls moving, and we do the pre-install checks, system integration configuration, and then we install and configure information server. We do post-install checks. Then we migrate your IIS artifacts, and then we do post-migration tweaks. We run the jobs, make sure that everything is good. We do parallel runs, do data validation, and then we decommission the old environment. So by making sure that we follow a process, what does that give you? It removes the errors and reduces the risk. And this has been very helpful for a lot of our customers. So what we have also created is called, there's a process called the Client Universal Success Process Model. This is our proprietary methodology, which we have found very helpful for a lot of our IAS customers. So what are some of the benefits? We can identify your data integration goals, and we help you to test drive your information server products to achieve before you make a purchase. So we have got data stage information server running on AWS that you can just test drive. You can also do that with digital technical enablement, but you've got multiple options. And then we work with you to create the right configuration so that you can go ahead and get the project executed. So the first process that we have got is called the Goals Navigator, where we look at all your goals. And then we go into the Insight Envisioning game plan. We'll go into details of this. And then finally, we have got the PICC solution, and then the knowledge maximizer and the acceleration advantage. So let's see how this works. So what is the Goals Navigator? In Goals Navigator, we look at 127 data points for 15 areas to understand where you are with all of these. And then what are the goals? So many times what we have found is that within the organization, the leadership will have one set of view, the development team is going to have a different set of view. So by coming together in a workshop, for the first time, you'll find that these people were not talking to each other. So I've had a lot of customers who said that, hey, this is great because irrespective of whatever value the tool provides, this common communication is really helping us. So we look at these subject areas, which is governance, your data sources, information architecture, your existing data warehouse. Does it meet your needs? What are some of the challenges that you have? In your existing team, do you have got the right deployment team, the right development team? What kind of business processes that you have? Is it really giving you the benefit that you seek? Are you following the standards and best practices? What are the challenges with that? We look at your target data systems. Are you geared towards your future? Do you have then some of the new unstructured sources and targets that you don't have any plan for? What is your code migration strategy? Are you happy with that? What are some of your challenges? We look at your administration, whether it's ETL administration, your data warehouse administration. What are some of the challenges? We look at your process statistics. Are you able to move as fast as possible? Do you have the right kind of monitoring in place? Then we look at data lineage, that, hey, if your senior leadership wants to understand where this specific field is coming from, are you able to provide that information? Because we see a lot of customers, even though they've got the right tools, they do not know how to use these tools. And then we look at the data quality. So whatever we talked about data governance, how do we actually implement the data governance? We look at your real-time process, technical architecture, and make sure that you've got the right strategy in place after this discussion. So once you have got all of this Goals Navigator process done, what we get is a roadmap, which tells you that, hey, based upon the goals that you shared, this should be a roadmap for the next 6 months. This should be a roadmap for the next 5 years. And by identifying the top 3 goals, we help them to implement and create the specific use cases for these top 3 goals, demonstrate the solution capabilities with IBM. Once they see the success, then we can expand to the next steps. So as I said, we identify the top 3 goals, we create specific test cases, We demonstrate the solution capabilities using IBM. We gather some of the feedback. We augment with our services wherever we find that there are gaps, and then we implement those recommendations. So the next step would be the PICC solution, which is where we actually install the product for you. So this is a process that we have created for all the installation of all the IBM software at your premise or also on your private cloud or public cloud. So we start with your performance questionnaire. We go through the sizing blueprint. We understand what your needs are, and we give you the sizing recommendation. We recommend the hardware configuration. And then we go ahead and once we have got the hardware, we install the software and we configure it. We make sure that we transfer the knowledge. So every time we do the install, we give you a handbook with all the installation runbook that you can work with in our absence. And then we perform test runs. So this is how we hand over the new install for you using our PICC solution. So once you have got the software installed, it's working fine, how do you leverage it? And for that, we have got the Knowledge Maximizer. So in Knowledge Maximizer, we create a customized training program for data stage, quality stage, information analyzer, information governance catalog, information data replication. So we work with you to give you the right training at your location, at our location, or self-paced. So we have got self-paced online training for data stage, IGC, which is information governance catalog, IIDR, and data governance all encompassing. So you can go there, learn at your own pace. So suppose if you've got a new person who just joined your team and they don't know data stage, you don't have to get a new person, new training just for this person. They can just go online and go through the training. And our training encompasses all the best practices. So this is the video-based training. It's not just a PDF that you go through. So we make sure that you go through the training. We work with you every week. We have got a session where you can ask questions. Our goal is to make sure that your team is enabled and you have a successful project. So for that, we identify the key knowledge gaps. We create a customized training mentoring plan. We implement that plan. We do a mid-process check and then modify, and that is how we achieve customer success. So now you have got the IBM software in-house. You have got the right training. Now what else do you need? You have got everything to succeed. So I found that even with all the right training and even with all the right tools, a lot of our clients need some more help. And for that, we have got the Acceleration Advantage. So within the Acceleration Advantage, we look at your project success criteria. We understand the client resource gaps. So we assemble the right team. If we have trained your team, we also put in our team to help you, because even if you get trained, you need somebody who's experienced to guide through the mentoring process and to help you succeed. So we have got the right team, which is a combination of on-site, off-site, offshore, to make sure that we have got the right team geared towards your success with the right price point. And based upon that, we help you to create project milestones. We deploy the team. We monitor it regularly, and that is how we guarantee project success. So as you can see, we have got a lot of offerings for you to help you in your journey with IBM software. So we provide training services, consulting services. We help you to size. We also resell IBM software. So by coming with us, you get the best of IBM software, the best of IBM team, and also the right kind of fit, which gives you all the right solution within the budget that works for you. So that is what I wanted to cover. Thank you very much again